What's up, SpeedGaming 2? It's time for some no login, some big poggin. Our racers are not rated up yet, but they will be. It's game time. This is a mentor versus mentee race. Muffins is a newer no logic player. Muffins best known probably for doing a lot of great tooling work. Has the best auto tracker out there, stuff like that. Made glitch maps, which is dope. Tam, maybe the favorite to win this tournament, one of the top contenders at least. Also, Tam was Muffins, like I don't know what you call it, but Tam mentored Muffins. I think every race in the No Logic Mentor tournament a few months ago, 6 months ago, whatever. So Tam was telling me that they have to beat Muffins, but also, right, because you can't lose to your mentee. But also, if Tam did their job as a mentor, then Muffins needs to beat everyone else. I think I'm very far away from my mic, sorry. Okay, I probably sound better now. Anyway, I don't know, I'm just killing time until the race starts. Both runners have said they're ready to go and not readied up. That's because this SG helper didn't bother saying anything in the race time room. Okay, now they're going. So this should be a good race. Tam versus Muffins versus Tam. What is no logic? All the items are placed without any logic. So normally when you generate a rando seed, the item layout is logical. So the boots can't be on the library or whatever. No logic, the items are just all placed wherever. There's no logic to it. The only alteration to that is that we have 2 of each rod in the pool because the odds of Trinex having a rod are a little too high for people to like. That would cause uncompletable seeds if Trinex has a crystal. And also, double rods makes it more fun, makes some seeds more fun. When you're in Ice Rod Go mode a lot, you end up in very, very high percent end games, which are kind of samey and boring after a while. Having 2 of each rods makes it so that you get more low percent end games, which are interesting. They add a dynamic to the run where you sort of get this spectrum of Go mode where you'll be on 1 bottle or 2 bottles and a sword, and you're like, well, I could dupe the sword and do a lot of really terrible stuff to finish the seed, or I could keep opening chests and looking for a smoother finish. So we've been pretty happy with that alteration. There's other ways to do it, but that's what we've been going with. We've got Tam on Cool 90s Link, we've got Muffins on Dark Link. Most glitch runners use Link sprites. This is mostly because most resources use Link, so people learn their cues with a Link outline. Tam is going for the Ice Arcade opening. Muffins went for Bonk Rocks into Lost Woods. Not going to check tree pulls or anything. This is probably just a going up the mountain play from Muffins. Tam not doing the new Bonk tech that saves a few frames leaving the cave. Oh wow, early hookshot. So hookshot is one of the most powerful glitching items, not on its own, but if you end up with the hookshot and then lamp plus bow or various other combinations of items, you can do a trick called hook pushing, which basically gives you access to everything. There's our Ice Rod too, wow. Muffins also found Quake medallions. The Mire medallion is useful if Mire is a crystal. It's not required, but it makes your life a lot easier. So Muffins did a little bit of a backwards loop up and is doing this, which is called a lumberjack DMA. This is DMA stands for Death Mountain Ascent. This is a way up the mountain. I think this is an opening that Chex likes. Have to do this weird hop onto the island or onto the land. Yeah, there you go. We'll see if Muffins gets those bombs on the way down. I would probably not and just go to what's it called? Graveyard Ledge, just full of bombs. Vanilla Slalky. Tam, oh, I thought Tam was sinking, but now they're behind sync, so maybe they actually did lag out. Tam is going to get that ice rod, of course. You probably need it, and it's also just the first weapon that we've seen, so. Muffin's going straight up the Hera. I don't know about this play. It's only one item up there. You don't have the big key, and you can't kill Moldorn. I don't like this setup. Okay, we got it. I agree, Buyer. You just hook it, and then you complain about bad RNG if it doesn't work. Maybe Muffins is going to open Swamp right now, which would make this play make some sense. Oh, never mind. He went there because that's where the sword is, and he's a genius. I think it would have been cool if Muffins opened Swamp right then, and then walked out of Swamp, and then did South Shore. That would have been a cute little route. But he just wants to finish exploring the mountain. He hasn't even rescued the old man yet, so that's probably first order of business. I forgot about that. Both players still putting off CAC. CAC has a million items, so everybody just thinks it's too boring to go there and have everything that you need. So they do this nonsense instead for some reason. Also, Tam is doing a hard version of this trick for no reason. I don't understand what has possessed Tam to do this DMA. Okay. Thanks for showing off why nobody does that DMA anymore. This is maybe a callback to RPO, where this is the only DMA available to you, really. Muffin's going to Graveyard Ledge now. Graveyard Ledge is a very easy check to get to, especially if you have the hookshot or a sword, which Muffins has both of. This is only one item, but it is also bombs, which is super nice. And you can follow it to Hula Hammer for money as well, which is pretty common. Please just do normal DMA. Tam. Can't believe this. Yeah, so Muffins is going to Hula Hand. When you do that DMD from or towards Graveyard Ledge, your camera is weird. You can fix the camera if you want to fall down a different hole, like sometimes you go to sewers if you have a glove, but if you go into this hole, then you just fall down into Hula Hand Room. Muffin's going back into Link's house for that chest. I haven't timed this, but I think that's probably too slow. You should just continue to wherever you're going and save and quit back to Link's house later and get the chest next time. Muffin's basically going to follow what Tam did now, I think. Maybe he'll stop and get the ice rod instead, but... Tam going straight to Graveyard Ledge, not doing the Hera dip. Foolishly skipping the sword. I don't know why they would do that. Yeah, that makes sense, Fire. I mean, it's definitely slower. The question is just like, is it worth it to have that item right then? But I think the answer is no. But it's not a big deal. So Tam and Muffin's just sort of doing each other's stuff now. Going to all the same places in slightly different orders. Muffin's having a little trouble getting the swimmy G. There we go. With a little finesse, you can just swim into a diagonal slope and then start clipping through all terrain as long as you keep going straight. Oh, you're not supposed to cancel stair drag there. You're supposed to hook the chest. So Muffins hasn't actually done South Shore yet, so Tam will be seeing some new checks here. Oh my gosh, okay, well. If we find a dupable bottle, we're in go mode. Oh, nice magic drop from the rupee pack. Muffins going for the ice rod now, I assume. Tam gonna check King's Tomb. I noticed Tam still does this like select buffered juking setup. I'm a little surprised by that. But most people, I think, do the sort out taps now. But it's not a big deal either way. Will we see some new checks? Will someone go to Kakariko? Will we find a bottle? Cape and King's Tomb. That's 2 vanilla items in the same seed. Is this even randomized? I'm going to the upgrade fairy. Rarely seen in any mode except no logic. Very commonly seen in no logic. I'm not sure about how I feel about the arrows, but the bomb purchase there is really good. That was 12 bombs and a lifetime capacity increase, which is just a great deal. So yeah, both runners basically done the same stuff. If Tam climbs Hera, which I think is a little unlikely, I don't really love the climbing Hera play here. Maybe if you're going to open Swamp, but again, without doing that, it seems a little slow for one item. But if Tam does opt to do that, then they'll have done exactly the same things Muffins has. No, we're going somewhere else. Tam showing off that when you touch a crystal switch, it removes your super speed. I did not see what was in Spec Rock Cave. Tam going to East Death Mountain. Muffins presumably also going to East Death Mountain. Tam reading the sign, sort of narcissistically displaying their HMG 2023 win for everybody to see. Everybody tell Tam how proud you are of them. They love the attention. Oh, there's a bottle. That's not really a dupable bottle. It's dupable if you already have a bottle, but it's not a dupable first bottle. High five! Our players have totally converged, which gives me nothing to talk about. I guess I could talk about the tournament. This is winners round 2. This is Tam's first round. So this was, hold on, let me bracket. That's not the bracket. So this is Tam's first round. We didn't have a power of 2 players, so some of our top seeds didn't play in the first round. They got seeded into the second round. Muffins beat Sacrajutes for the honor of playing against Tam today. And this is the first game in the series. Tam is the first seed overall in the tourney. Muffins is the 16th seed out of, I forget how many, about 30? 27? I don't know. We've also got some other races going on. I think we have 2 other races going on SG right now, if anyone's interested in those. Actually, one of them might be on the Brazilian restream, I don't remember. More useless keys. Red Boomerang is moderately nice with hookshot. You already have sword and fire. Well, Tam doesn't have a sword. It's good for some hook pushing setups. You still need an index setter though. Oh, Muffin's hovering. Nice hover. So you need either lamp or powder or potentially mushroom. We can do things with fairy revivals if we really have to, but that's pretty unlikely to come up. The red boom does make that easier though. Yeah. I mean, they don't even need that. They can always death hold to get a fairy revive, but it is technically an option now just to do some hook pushing. I'm going to throw out their fairy. And get a different potion. Muffins, I guess, already did that while I wasn't looking. Muffin's got a red potion. Not sure what he's intending to do. Tam is getting a green potion. I'm gonna guess that Tam is gonna go do stuff in desert with that. That's not the only possibility. Oh, we're gonna see a back of escape swim, possibly? Muffin's finally going to cack. Thank you, Muffins. I think that's too low. I don't really remember how to do this trick, though. There we go. That looks like a reasonable height. A lot of players like putting off CAC because... Oh, a little bit too low. That's too bad. For various reasons. One is that if you find a bottle or rupees or flute, then you can do more stuff in the area. Powder, maybe. Another is that CAC is really a convenient way to get to desert, and so you might want to find items for making desert better, which is mostly bottles, but also the cane or a mirror or the desert big key or whatever. I agree that escape swim bad, honestly. Tam is doing the first chest of Castle Tower, I guess, into escape. So the main reason to do escape is that the Castle Tower big key counts as what we call a cave state big key. Well, never mind, now there's no reason to do escape. Oh, there's the Moon Pearl just sitting in CAC well. And another bottle. Okay, so Muffins is in go mode. I don't know if Muffins is going to play like he's in go mode, but he is. He now has access to 4 bottles and 4 swords. Oh, actually, I guess I don't know how to dupe the sword at the top of Hera. I bet it's easy. Maybe it's not easy. Okay, so not go mode until we get another sword. Alright, I take it back. Anyway, Tam is doing escape anyway. I was going to say, the main reason to do this is that when you get the big key off of the ball and chain guard, that counts as a cave state big key. We have a large number of ways to get into dungeons while still technically being in a cave. And there are a number of keys that work for opening big chests and big doors in cave state. One of them is Hyrule Castle big key, which is guaranteed, so it's a common play. If Tam found the Dark Palace big key on their way to the Hyrule Castle big key, so they could have just used that, but they're already in the area, so I'm gonna go ahead and do these checks now. Tam, I suppose we'll be going to Thieves Town. You can do a YBA, which is when you drink a potion on the same frame that you transition screens. You can do a YBA from Uncle to Thieves Town. Oh, and there's the lamp. Oh, wow, that's so friendly. Muffins is having such a nice seed. Pilfering that early sword out of Hera is like a huge play for him. Tam is going to Dark Cross. I do not like this play at all. Muffin's getting the blue boom. This is fine. I don't really think you need it, but it's okay. That's nice to have. I would get it. I would feel a little silly about getting it when I already have the red boom, but I would get it anyway. Now, Muffins will be going to Thieves Town also. So this is a YBA to the top of Thieves Town. This allows us to open the attic from Desert. Muffins is planning to Death Warp out of the right side of Desert. So what he's going to do here is he's going to go bomb up with the attic and then clip back down to the 2 right chests in Desert. But he wants to get back out of there. And so being at lower health makes that easier because he can just use 2 bombs. But I'm pretty sure you can just walk into a Beamos instead, so I don't know if it really mattered. Muffin's making this bomb clip harder than necessary, I think. But there we go. There's the book. That's a nice place for the book. You can go check the tablet when you're done. One thing Muffins can't really do here is defeat Landmo, because he'd get stuck in the rocks. Like, it's easy to get in there, but we can't get back out without the glove. He's gonna go do it anyway, though. Does he have another potion in a bottle? I assume so. Otherwise, this is kind of a mistake. Tam also getting the items out of CAC, finding the Moon Pearl in the second bottle. Huge news. I don't think I've ever seen anybody back up like that into that door. So if you do a spin YBA here, which is where you YBA while holding a spin and then release the spin after the YBA, but before the effect of the YBA, kind of, you move forward an extra room. So we went from the middle of that super tile up 1.5 super tiles to Landmo's room. It's a good way to do this without the big key, and potentially without fire, although obviously we have tons of fire. The downside is that it does, VRAM your console. So Tam is going, or Muffins is going to save and quit, and then presumably reset his console. Or emulator. I don't know what Muffins plays on. Okay, I'm also going south, presumably going to do basically the same things that Muffins just did. I kind of blacked out, but I guess Tam opted not to go to Thieves Town. I'm a little surprised by the full clear of escape into not going to Thieves Town after finding the pod big key in Ega Tower. I mean, it's not like a a bad play. It's reasonable density, but I don't think it's what I would have done. But Tam's a lot better than me, so, you know. Gonna get their map. Or not their map, their lantern. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. There's no way that moving up to hookshot that chest is fast. Come on, Muffins. Muffins in pod now. This is cave state. You can tell by how it looks like a cave. He doesn't actually have a cave state big key, which means that he will not be able to open the big chest, unless of course there's another one just in here. The ones that work are Hyrule Castle and Pod, which we've already talked about. Thieves Town and GT also work. So if we find one of those, then we'll be able to open the big chest, but currently we'll only be able to get all of the other items. Muffins can also, that's a pretty good big key. Muffins can also do a trick to get to Hookshot Cave from here. With the hookshot, that's pretty good, but like there's not really any reason to do it when you have the Moon Pearl. It's fine. Like he could do it, it's not bad, but it's a really valuable trick when you don't have Moon Pearl. Because it's pretty annoying to get to Hookshot Cave without Moon Pearl. You can do it, but it's not very fun. But this way is pretty fun. Anyway, we'll see. I don't know if he's gonna bother or not. Could really go either way. Yeah, Tam doing a slightly easier setup there. Not picking up extra bombs. Oh, and not getting the clip, so never mind. Muffins was right all along. Why is Tam skipping those bombs? SMH. Muffins, remembering that he doesn't have a big key, not super happy about it, I guess. It's fine to orphan chests. Muffins, again, Muffins is in sword mode. It's not a super fun go mode. If he finds one more sword, he's certainly... I'm not actually calculating this all out, but I feel very confident that he could beat the seed with just one more sword and potentially duping the bottle in Cackwell. It wouldn't be a very fun go mode, so I expect that he will be opening chests for a while. But there's not a lot he needs, so even if there's a sword in the big chest that he's missing here, it's like not really a problem. We'll just find another one. Or like do a double YBA from Swamp to dupe the sword we found or some shit. Nice bow from Tam. Bow's a really good item. It makes Eastern Palace a lot easier. It makes hook pushing a lot easier. We can do easy stuck pushes now. We have a lot of mobility all of a sudden. Lamp and bow right over here. So when I mentioned earlier that Muffins could fight Lambo, but then he'd get stuck, the benefit of not fighting Lambo and not getting stuck is that you get to go find the bow in K45. So I don't know why Muffins didn't do that. It's also like pretty common to want to defeat a different boss from Desert and get the prize there. You can still do that here, but you don't get a warp out if there's no prize. I didn't explain that very well. Whatever dungeon state you're in, so your dungeon state is set when you enter a dungeon, but we can go between dungeons, kind of. Like we can go between rooms in different dungeons. So you can go from Desert to Swamp, for example, and go kill Argus. And when you do that, you get the prize of Desert. So if you already have the prize of Desert, then the prize of Desert won't drop again when you defeat Argus. So you can still use Desert to collect other prizes, but you can't then get the warp out afterwards, which is sometimes pretty convenient for routing. These guys have hook pushing and Moon Pearl, so it actually doesn't matter that much. Everything is close to everything now. But it's just like kind of a habit a lot of runners are in, is to sort of put off land moat because they intend to get the prize elsewhere. Tam is going to kill Lambo though, despite all the things I'm saying about all the reasons why you might not want to. Tam is going to do a very complicated hook push here that I'm not going to explain, but good job. That was not correct. Wow, that worked. I guess they just lamped 3 times. Okay. Getting a nice classic bow lammo here. NMG God. Oh, missed arrow. This one's dead. Muffins, meanwhile, doing a much less friendly Helmosaur fight. Tam with a 4-cycle Lambo 2, not too bad. Muffins is actually invincible here. He has Blue Mail and 5 billion hearts and the cape, so it's not possible to lose this fight. Two lamps is correct. The lamp that lights the torch counts as an ancilla. Why wouldn't it? Because it's interacting with the lamp instead of just being an ancilla. Muffins going back into pod, I guess to do the right side. I didn't see exactly what he didn't finish. Tam also going into pod. I don't think we found anything in pod, so... Oh, Muffins is gonna hover to right side. This is probably faster because he doesn't have the bow. If you have the bow, maybe it's still faster. Seems a lot more marginal though. I'm skipping that chest because if there's something good in, I think in the big chest? I forget, one of the chests up here. Having the arena bridge chest unopened makes it easier to dupe. Meyer big key, that's a very good big key if we have the right medallion, which we probably do. It did TR, not that it matters. Muffin's gonna go get some items over here. This is probably Hookshot Cave, Super Bunny Cave. I don't know what his bottle situation is like, but this could be a head into GT. It could be Laser Bridge. It could even be middle of TR, although that's not very appealing with this gear. Muffin's gonna clip back up into Hookshot Cave. So I'm gonna leave pod and kill Helmosaur. Muffin's not blowing up the ferry door, which means that either he's not planning to go to GT or that he's planning on doing the super tile YBA instead of the subtile YBA, which I think is worse, but I forget. I think it doesn't let you go as far into GT. Got a little bit of a stutter there on Muffin's screen, so we missed most of Hookshot Cave, but no Master Sword, so can't have been too important. Muffin's gonna do, I can't even remember the name of it. Gonna do Catfish. This is a pretty rare check and no logic. This is pretty much the only situation where you do it when you have Moon Pearl and you're doing Dark Death Mountain checks. 300 rupees, not worth it, but it's fine, we'll take those. This is looking like a YBA. Well, no, it's not looking like a YBA seat. We have hook pushing, but still. Better to have them than not. Muffins going back to potion shop, I guess. Tam walking into the tail for some reason. Tam is actually even more invincible than Bayer is here, so all of this damage doesn't matter. Yeah, easy game. High percent Helmasaur. Muffins is also going to try the back of escape swim. I just can't get behind this. Go do a dungeon, man. Do Skull Woods. You can do Eastern, although it's kind of annoying. I would be doing Skull Woods or Thieves Town here. Muffins is never going to get the Misery Mire big key, so if Mire is a medallion, or if Mire is a crystal and we have the medallion, that's a big advantage for Tam. I didn't see what order Tam opened these chests in. I don't understand it, but here we are. Muffins is going to check the pyramid ledge. And then maybe do escape. Did he do escape already? I don't think so. This could actually be a Thieves Town play, which I think I would be in favor of. That's a small key. We'll go ahead and take those. We don't care that much about small keys, but when you're that close to one, you go ahead and pick it up. You are in the light world, Muffins. This is not going to do what you want. Oh, never mind. He's just trying to get past the big rock. I forgot about that. I thought he was going for a pyramid swim. That's my bad. I'm sorry, Muffins. I didn't mean it. Once again, back to kind of following each other's footsteps. Tam going to Skullwoods, probably. I'm expecting this is a DMD here. Oh, we should check Ether while we're here, too. Yeah. Sand spills out of this big key. That's a terrible hint. I hate hints. Can somebody fix the hints already? That's got to be Desert Big Key, but, like, why doesn't it just say Desert Big Key? Oh! Muffins got Master Sword. Wait, where was Master Sword? I missed that. Muffins is definitely in Go Mode here now, although again, Go Mode is related to your comfort level and not only your items. I don't know if Muffins will perceive himself as being in Go Mode. Back of Escape. Tam already tried to get to Back of Escape once. They're never going to retry that swim, so they'll need a glove. Back of Escape looks like it's trivially dupable. Just from Key Rat Room. Although I guess you need to get there, which would require a small key from somewhere, so kind of annoying unless we have a Castle Small. Muffins embarrassingly losing a battle to a single green guard. I can't believe that happened. Yeah, Muffins definitely looking really good in this race. They've done basically the same things, except the two locations that Tam hasn't done had the sword and the other sword. Muffins is missing the Mire Big Key, which is probabilistically an advantage for Tam, but not a compensation for missing two swords, and also might not actually matter at all. depending on how a couple things roll. Hey, I'm also gonna do catfish. What a day. I would guess that this is the first no logic seed of the tournament where both runners have done catfish. Muffins doing a setup called Time Bomb to get on the YBA pixel here. Pretty poggers. Everybody type 1 in chat if you're pogging right now. Shout out to invisible items. Muffins is an auto tracker, I'm pretty sure, so I believe that our tracker will be able to find out what that item was. I don't like hooking to this chest because you have to, because you have to set up a key dash here. Speaking of our tracker, though, Mr. Buyer is tracking for us today. Thanks, Mr. Buyer. I can't track. I can't pay the right amount of attention to do it myself, so I really appreciate everybody who volunteers for tracking duties. Gets these races going, helps us understand what's going on, helps me as a commentator know what the hell's going on. It was Glove? Wow. Tam getting very, very punished this seed for some of their choices. I still think, I don't know, I think that Escape to Thieves was the play back when Tam didn't do it, and I'm a little surprised by why that didn't happen. It can't damage blind. Okay, yeah, I did forget about that. That's a fair point. I think when you're in the neighborhood, opening Thieves and taking the maiden to the light is like 99% of what you want to get done anyway. You can come back for the boss. It does make it somewhat less appealing, but I probably still would have done it. Can somebody ban Meowski for not pogging? Muffin's gonna head back in, get the Thieves prize in the last 2 chests. Well, again, technically in go mode. Could skip chests if you wanted. French vanilla compass. Everybody send your clips to SpeedGaming. They have a clip show. You guys know about the clip show? The highlight reel, sorry. I love the highlight reel. It's a real highlight of my day. Tam doing some NMG Eastern strats, although not anymore because usually you use the sword here. Oh, getting a little owned in double readies. Also, a classic of NMG runs is getting owned in this room and losing some 7 million years. The swords were in Hera, Compass Chest, and Back of Escape. Okay, this is not an NMG classic, but we are messing up the Armos quick kill. Getting a crystal out of Eastern, though. That's good for Tam. Tam with the bow from K45. Muffins will probably get to K45 eventually. In fact, it might be the next thing that he does. But it is kind of out of the way now because of the way he routed Desert, so it might be a while. We'll have to see. One thing he can do is transition south and be in Light World and clear up those checks, which is a reasonable play. Another thing he could do is go literally anywhere else in the game that he wants to, so we'll see. Muffin's gonna finish Hera now. Actually, probably not. I just noticed that we have pendant knowledge of Hera. Probably from Saha, since it's marked as green. Gonna get nothing off of the tracker, or not technically nothing, but... Actually, you know what? That's not nothing at all, because we can use that to do Desert Vitreous, potentially. I'm getting a blue potion. That's interesting. I wonder where they're heading. They want to do a super tile YBA, but I'm not sure which one. Could be an ice play, but that would be very... I don't know, optimistic with this gear. No, it can't be an ice play. Yeah, I don't know. Are we just fake fluting to save some time? Maybe we're going to GT. We're going to Skullwoods. We're doing the Bumper Ledge DMD to Skullwoods. This is one that I learned once and immediately forgot. Oh! Oh! Okay, that's actually really good for Tam. Is Tam thinking about how to dupe it? It's not worth it. Okay. Just go to back of escape right now. Tam is prepared. Oh, Tam wanted the blue potion for the moth fight. Tam is about to do the worst moth fight in history. I'm already so upset. Tam is gonna get 7 Fire Rod hits in, and the other 8 shots are gonna not count. And we're all just gonna cry together. Never mind, something else is going to happen. Muffins, meanwhile, is going to have a perfectly comfortable moth fight. He's going to use his Fire Rod profligately. I don't think that's the correct adverb form of that. And then just walk to the boss and slash him to death. Slash, well, whatever. Okay, well first we have to have a fight with the mummy, I guess. We really need that extra small key. Boomerang, stunning Gibdos. It's very convenient. Make those rooms a lot easier. Alright, Muffins with a pretty reasonable moth fight. Tam also going to that. I kind of forgot that they had the Fire Rod. And could just walk to the back. But they can't get through the curtains, so they will have to hook push. Or YBA, I suppose. You can use a YBA to open the curtains. I'm guessing that's what this is, based on the Death Warp setup. Don't want to get too set up, though. Is this safe? Is this stable? Tam is not sure. Actually, maybe they were just scrolling the camera so the death warp doesn't take too long. Irises can take forever to resolve if the entrance that they're resolving to is off screen. So what Tam did there was they opened that first door with a key, and that sets a flag in memory, well, in SRAM, saying that the door, basically door 1 was opened. Probably door 0, really. But anyway, basically saying that door is open. And then that YBA, one of the things it did was it copied the flags from that room over to the next room north. And the next room north is the room with the curtains. And so now we have this door has been opened flag set for the curtain door as well. Are we getting the magic pot? We are not. So we're down a fire rod shot. Hook push to moth drop. Is that over like in oh my god, Helmasaur's room? We don't have great hook pushing, so there'd have to be like kind of an easy place to get to, and I'm not sure where you'd go, but there's probably a way to do it. Oh, you just mean hook push to the fight. I thought you meant hook push to, like, get the prize drop somewhere else. Okay, that was so close. Well, I guess we had one more shot left, but still, yikes. Alright, well, what a miserable Skullwoods for Tam. They had to do all that work, and they found absolutely nothing. Muffin, oh, I didn't see what the Meyer medallion was. Surely our tracker will note it. Tam will now be getting their first sword, and then they'll be thinking about whether or not they're duping it. Meanwhile, Muffins is now on Master Sword. Tam will not be going to Back of Escape. I don't know why not. Tam, please go to Back of Escape. Tam, listen to me. Listen to me! I only want what's best for you! Muffins using a little bit of a shortcut here to get to Hype Cave faster. Muffins, by the way, I've mentioned now, in Go mode, very clearly does not want to treat this seed like a Go mode with this gear. I'm not sure specifically what he's hoping for, but, you know, a bow, the red cane, maybe flippers, maybe mirror, things like that would all help. Yeah, Swamp is a pain right now. Definitely doable, but not fun. I don't want to... I think it's possible that I might sound like I'm saying Tam should, or Muffins should be skipping more things. I don't think that. I think that Muffins is playing very reasonably. I think that this is a terrible Go mode. I think it's interesting to point out it informs your view of the seed as a spectator. But I think that trying to find more stuff to be able to beat the seed more comfortably is a very reasonable play. I would be opening things probably a little less than Muffins is, but I would definitely be opening a lot of stuff at this point still. Yeah, getting the Stumpy Sword would be huge for Tam. Tam is going to do Swamp now. This will lead Tam to the other sword. You're right. Yeah. Okay. So Tam is now in a great place, actually. Tam is behind, basically a Thieves Town, but ahead in Eastern. So similar amounts of progress, and is about to be in Go mode. Tam only has one bottle. Where's the other bottle? One bottle was in Cackwell. Maybe our tracker just didn't update the number of bottles. I feel like Tam should have 2 bottles. One was in Cacball. I don't remember where the other one was. Okay, I'm doing a quick little dash citrus down to Swamp. We can actually open things here if we want, although we don't have the big key, so I don't know. Probably not worth opening anything. Muffins also can finish Eastern here, but we'll have to do a slightly more annoying finish to skip the bow. This is a relatively recent tech. I only learned it recently. I think it's been around for about a year, but it's really come into its own recently. Everybody's sort of picked up on how powerful it is. Tam is, assuming I'm right about the bottle count, Tam is in go mode. Actually, Tam's in go mode no matter what. Tam can get up to 4 bottles if they want. So both runners technically in go mode. Tam, much more experienced and confident. No logic player will probably be actually playing like they're in go mode. Whereas Muffins is looking for more things. I would expect Tam to open some chests that are like quite on the way, in hopes of finding silvers or tempered or do we know the Meyer medallion? Tam doesn't, certainly. So Tam is doing a terrible, awful, miserable trick here. Muffins is doing a non-terrible trick. This is a double quadrant glitch. If you spin your sword on the same frame that you cross over the quadrant boundary in a room, which is like the exact center horizontally or vertically, your game gets desynced about where you are. Your coordinates, your game tracks both where Link is and the quadrant that he's in. Technically the half that he's in on both axes, but the quadrant that he's in. And when those get out of sync, various things happen. What we're doing here is we're desyncing them to break our camera so that it follows Link instead of snapping to the quadrant. But then we have to do a second quadrant glitch to fix our camera enough that, or not to fix our camera, to fix our transitions so that these transitions between rooms are stable just with a broken camera. Tam got through that fake clippers quite fast, by the way. Very nice work. So now that Muffin's camera is unlocked, it allows him to drag these Igors that he can't kill far enough to the edge of the screen that he can then drag the camera to the other edge of the screen. And when they're far enough away from the center of the screen is only looking for whether or not there's any enemies alive in a certain box. So if you can get all of the enemies off of that box, then the door opens. It counts as having cleared the screen. Hey, Twin. Muffins also has to do a fairly annoying Arlos fight. It's not a big deal, but a lot less fun than doing it with arrows. Come on, Muffins. Luckily, we have 2 billion health here, but it's a little bit slower than not taking damage. Ooh, excuse me. Tam, I guess, is doing VRAM Argus here. You can YBA north from this door. I think it's a spin YBA. Yeah, you can spin YBA north from this door, which will get you to Argus. But with corrupted VRAM. Tam actually has the hookshot, and so could kill the puffs, but especially in VRAM, that's pretty annoying. Oh, is Tam trying to... Is your camera only broken vertically here? It's a lot easier to kill Argus with the horizontally broken camera, but I think we only have a vertically broken camera. I forgot that it's only vertically broken. I would actually maybe have just killed the puffs. Anyway, whatever. Can we tell who's in the lead? They've done similar amounts of progression, and Tam is a lot more confident in go-moding with this gear than Muffins seems to be, so Tam, I think, has the edge just on sort of comfort with finishing the seed. I think if Tam were playing both sides, Muffins might be slightly in the lead, having the Tempered Sword and similar amounts of dungeons done. But like we see Tam go moding and like doing things like that miserable swamp clear that Muffins is going to try to avoid. So they're likely to just sort of blitz out the last few dungeons. Muffin's going through ice now. Do we know all of our pendants? We know Hera and TR are pendants, so no, we don't know the last one yet. If Meyer is a crystal, then Tam has another advantage in having the Meyer big key. Muffins, don't stand on the left. Ice is a crystal? Okay. I didn't know we knew that. So that means that we have pendant knowledge, so the Meyer big key doesn't matter. Tam doing this YBA by using a visual cue with the sword. Muffins did it using a time bomb setup. Tam did something weird and is now in outer darkness. It says C right on the screen. You can't expect me to look at the screen. It looks to me like Tam pressed down after the transition. Okay, no, never mind. Everything is fine. They just lagged for a second. I thought they got stuck, and the transition had looked a little weird to me, so I thought it might have been an input flub. But it looked like it was just a tech error. So since Tam is in cave state, coming from Uncle Cave, that is a cave. It looks kind of like it's part of Hyrule Castle, but it's a cave, I promise. They will have to do, they did LSD blind here, they have to do LSD blind here. I mean, not have to, but, because they can collect this prize, but then they can't collect the dungeon prize from here because they're not in a dungeon. And in fact, they're not allowed to collect the prize that does drop, and it didn't drop anyway because Rando is buggy. Anyway, I didn't explain any of that very well, but the short story is that they need the door open, and you do LSD blind to keep the door open. Muffins doing a fairly comfortable cold stare fight here. Tempered sword and a million health. Tam gonna get their last, or not their last, but their next crystal. Not even gonna get the items. Tam is just fully in go mode. So Tam only has one crystal left. Muffins also only has one crystal left, but Swamp is a much bigger problem than Ice Palace. Did Muffins drain the dam? I wasn't paying attention. I don't know what Muffin's plan is for this, actually. Perhaps he's just comfortable with the fake clippers trick that Tam did, and we'll do the same thing. That's like definitely the optimal solution, but it is a weird movement that is physically challenging. I found a way to do it, but it took me a while, a lot of failed attempts before I found a setup that worked for me to just like be able to do the inputs successfully. So I don't know if Muffins is comfortable with it or not. Hopefully, it looks like it, since he's going there. Tam with another internet stutter, it looks like, or perhaps SG with the internet stutter. Twin is eating lunch. What are you having for lunch today, Twin? That's not gonna work, I don't think. It did work. Wow, I don't understand water walk at all. Just a hamburger. Sorry to hear that. Two blue potions. Tam has mitts. I didn't see the mitts. I wonder what the second blue potion is for. Just safety, maybe? Or maybe it's for, Oh, Tam knows the fast! Oh, I'm so mad. Someone teach me the fast. It might just be for cold stare safety. It's also like, if you need it for cold stare, you have it, and if you don't, then you can use it for the lava dive. So that's nice. But we'll probably see a hookshot lava dive, I would guess. Tam getting ready to go do the icebreaker route, and then remembers that they don't have the king. This was not a super friendly seed. Tam especially had trouble finding swords, but they were never in a situation where they were low on things to do or anything, partly because of the Moon Pearl. So, not a very bad seed. Sort of medium. Muffins having a little trouble getting that pot lifted. Gonna be ramped Argus as well. I guess the plan was just always to do Argus and the crystal in 2 separate trips, so they probably didn't drain the dam for that reason. What's Tam's MSU? I can answer that if you give me a moment. It's Umineko. Umineko. I don't know. Muffin's going for the kill the puff strat. I like this. I think it's simpler. Although Tam did a good job with the desync method. Tam slam! Tam with a very slightly more now with a much more difficult cold stare fight. Yikers. I could have sworn Tam got 2 blues. Maybe Tam has 3 bottles. But also maybe I just can't see. There was a free green and ice. Okay, that would explain it. So Muffins now has the swamp kill. I didn't really explain bosses versus prizes, and I'm not going to. Sorry. But Muffins needs to get the swamp prize still. While Tam now just has to kill Agatu and Ganon. The fastest way to Agatu is through Turtle Rock. With Moon Pearl, it's very fast to get to Turtle Rock. Yeah, Tam is lamping there, which means they're setting up a hook push. I think only the second hook push of the run. I'm not sure Muffins has done a single hook push. Tam did one to get to Lamo. We can do a hook push. Oh, we have the big key. That's funny. We can do a hook push north from Pokies 2, which will cause us to land in the lava. And then the lava is on top of Agatu's house. Just use lamps. This is fine. Tam wants to have magic for the Ganon fight, which is fair, but they also have a blue potion still, I'm pretty sure, so not that big deal. I guess if you want the blue potion for phase 2 safety, this is definitely a safer approach, but I think they would have been fine. Nice Agatu. Why they shot the fire instead of lamping. You know what? You're right. It didn't make any sense. Muffins, meanwhile, is juking to DM's room, looking for items, so clearly not comfortable with the swamp tube, which is fair. It is, again, miserable. Also, nice hover. You know you have the hook shot, right? So what Tam wants is, I guess, Cane or flippers. Some weeb game. It is some weeb game. It's called Uminiko. I don't know if it's a weeb game or not, but it's called Uminiko, so it has to be a weeb game. Muffins using Bombos. This is the main thing that Bombos is good for in this mode. It's letting you kill that beetle and continue your traversal of GT in this state. Muffins is getting the Bob Torch item now. And now the Ice Armos chests. I didn't actually know that this route worked. Found 2 invisible items. Were either of them the flippers? Oh, Tam doesn't need to preserve magic because they have silver arrows! And that'll be it for Tam. GG. Yes, we found the flippers. Muffins will be finishing shortly, although he has to do Agatu and Ganon still after this. We'll see if he feels like finishing or not. GG's to Tam. First place with a 1:10.28. Muffins has forfeited. Tam's first message is, buyer finishes this seed sub-hour. Oh, Muffins didn't do the fake clippers because he didn't have bow and didn't know how to do a fake clipper setup. Hey, GG Tam. I didn't really think about that, but yeah, fake clippers with those items is actually pretty bad. Hey Muffins, GG's.
GG's.
Yeah, GG.
How'd y'all feel about that seed?
I was panicked at the beginning because I got so much so quickly. I was like, there's no way I win this. And then as time went on, Tam hadn't finished and I was getting more and more concerned. And then I just found the flippers and was really excited just to see Tam finish.
Tam found the sword really, really late. You did that Harapot just for the one chest in Hera, which was kind of an unusual play, and it paid off really big because you had a big sword advantage, which also led you to Thieves Town, which got you a bigger sword advantage, I think. There's something good in Thieves. But Tam eventually found some swords and caught up, so.
That wasn't the sword that I felt bad about. I messed up the swim to back of escape, but the thing was, I kind of knew that where I was too low, but I was like, it's going to cause me more pain to try to fix my position than it is to just mess up and go somewhere else. So I messed up and went
That's
somewhere
fair.
else and got 4 crystals instead of getting a sword.
So where was this bow?
45?
Oh,
Yeah, Muffins did
And
Landmo with no glove instead of finishing the exploration of the area.
I mean, I did the same. I was going to do it before the bow, but
I
no.
almost went back afterwards.
After you did Uncle to Thieves, and I was wondering if you would go down after that and get the items, and you would have gotten your bow and been pretty happy, but then you didn't do that. So
Yep.
I don't think it was like, a mistake not to do that. It's not that many items, but that was really your last chance to be in the area.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I had so much else I could do then. I had almost full knowledge as well.
Yeah. Tam also found the Meyer big key, which ended up not mattering, but that was in Pod Big Chest.
Yeah, I went with no big key, no cave state big key.
Almost did that. I was like, after I failed the swim, I wondered if I should go to pod or escape and get a key. I figured I would just go get the key and then not do these down. And then I found the pod big in Agatar and I was like, wow. I didn't want to do escape, but I just did it anyway for fun.
I thought you would go to Thieves Town there. Bayer pointed out later that you couldn't actually kill blind, so I guess that was why
couldn't
you didn't go
kill
to
half
Thieves.
of the bosses for like 40 minutes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I killed Mothula by YBAing to open the vines and then bringing a blue version for enough magic. I had
That's
to
amazing.
skip. I had to not dupe the glove on Bumper Ledge to kill Mothula.
You don't
But,
really need the second glove, to be fair.
The second glove was free anyway, so
Yeah, I
Yeah,
forget where it was, but yeah.
Bumper Cave was my mids, so
the other one was French Vanilla in Blind Cell.
yeah.
Early on, I was kind of. It felt like my emulator was having some small performance issues, and I wasn't sure why, which was kind of frustrating me a bit. But I was a little unfocused at the beginning because of that.
No, that's frustrating. I got totally flustered over how I was getting Swamp Crystal, and then all the time I was thinking I didn't want to, but I'll just dupe it from Hera, from CT, and then I went and killed Argus, and then I realized I can't do it because I have no keys.
Yeah.
So, and I only had I might have been able to do it with the balls I had, but my brain wasn't working.
You can open. Wait, which key do you need? Oh, Agatower key.
Yeah, because
You
I
can
would need to.
skip one of them.
I can skip one. Yeah, exactly. But I would need to
I'm
open
not
the
sure.
second one to then get to Hera get to the sewers to then dungeon and ID swap.
I mean, I guess you could go. Like
was
Cave
kind of a
State
problem.
Eastern to Meyer to Castle Tower or something. I don't know. There's probably some terrible way to do it.
Yeah, that was it. I realized there was probably a really terrible way of doing it. I was like, I'll just find my peppers.
You can also just hook push. It solves every problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I am terrible with low percent hook pushes, and with no bow, I was not in a happy place.
I was actually really glad to not have a sword for a while because it was kind of fun hook pushing.
You did some fancy hook pushes even when it was unnecessary, and you could have done easier ones.
Like which one?
Well, like the lava dive did some weird arrow plus fire rod instead of just doing 2 lamps.
I had my hook shot in slot 1. I couldn't do it. Only one bomb went down, so I had to improvise.
Oh. I didn't notice that.
That's why I paused for a second.
Yeah,
I'm
and you did an
outright
OA
green.
hook push to Landmo, which isn't that fancy, but I would have done
It
a
was my only
straightforward
option.
one.
Well, it was mostly my only option.
You can just get a
It
stuck
was
push
my
pointing up.
it was my only one of 2 options.
Okay. Fair.
At
No,
least
I
it sounds
didn't
like
want to.
between. Sorry.
It was a little more complicated to set up with stock hook going up, just because of the where you have to stand and the camera and the walls.
Sure. Yeah.
I was going to say between your hook pushes and I hit VRAM, heavy VRAM a few times, so it must have at least been interesting to watch.
Yeah, Tam did a VRAM Argus as well. We got 3
I was-
VRAM bosses today.
I was a bit concerned
silver.
on Lanmo because I haven't tested it, VRAM Lanmo on my Super ETI, but it worked. So.
I got silvers as a result of having to set up VRAM Argus, which was funny.
Wait,
Like
you
I
did?
wasn't. Yeah, they were in the diver down room.
No,
I only went to that room to get the fading transition. I was like room reading stuff at that point.
I was going to get the chest, but I didn't have a way to get back out of the water. So I wanted to leave the dungeon. No, I wanted to kill Argus, that's what I wanted to do.
You can. I'm confused.
You just
You can
splash out.
Yeah. You do the doorway.
No, but I'll splash out.
I mean, you can skip the waterfall chest.
No, I'm still lost.
You just go
You come in-
diver down, and then you take the stairs, and you splash out, and you end up back where you started, where you entered the room.
Oh right, I thought you
can't get
splashed
stuck there.
in. Yeah, I thought you splashed the other. No, you're right. Oh well, there we go.
Yeah, it's totally safe.
I don't think it
Yeah.
would matter. Oh well, I was heading to GT. I did GT straight after I killed Argus to get stuff.
Yeah.
It might have been a bit closer, but I don't think that wins me. It makes me win.
I think you could have done fake clippers by getting a low index and doing bomb, red boom, fire out shot out the door. But I'll have to test it to see if it works, and it is a pretty bad set of gear to do it with.
Yeah, I could have also
Yeah.
done bomb, red boom, and clink, but I've never tested it. I have no
Oh,
idea on the
true.
timing there.
Yeah, I
but
don't know the clink's having.
I would probably have a little more faith in sideways ice rod shots, but it's pretty awful without a bow.
Yep.
I
It's
tend
also-
not to
well,
bother if I don't have the bow.
Anyway, you guys, your next race is scheduled tomorrow at the same time, right?
Yes, I'm not going to do old DMA in that race.
Thank you. I was very upset by that, which I assume was the point.
I was also upset by it because I died as a result. So
Yeah, well, that's why I was upset by it, because people die when they do it.
yeah. Don't worry, I have more fun things to do, so don't worry.
That's true. I'll probably calm that one too, but we'll see. So yeah, any last words before we get out of here?
No, don't think so. Thanks, Fox for comms. Thanks, Bayer for tracking. Thank you, Tam, for the race, and we'll see how that goes tomorrow.
Thanks everyone else for not scheduling races during our race tomorrow.
Thanks everyone. Thanks again to Bayer for tracking. Thanks to the racers, and thanks to SG. See you guys next time.